We've been running a webinar a month for about a year now, and I've learned a lot in the process. Number one, webinars still work. They are a tremendous way to get in front of any sort of B2B or high ticket client that you need that extra touch point and something to really go deep on to really prove your knowledge and expertise in order to get them to become a lead. Number two, people are skeptical. Whenever they see a webinar, they know they're instantly going to get sold something. So we have to come up with some creative ways to get around that. Just running the same ClickFunnels page over and over, people go to that and they're like, I'm about to get sold something. I have to really want this offer in order for me to opt in. Third thing that I know is that the most important part of a webinar is getting people to watch it. You'd rather get a lot less people in that are actually going to consume it than a lot of people who are never going to end up watching the webinar, because your sales pitch is that webinar. If you can get somebody to watch 30 minutes of a video, they should listen to whatever pitch that you have. So the goal here is not just to get as many emails as possible, it's to get quality emails of people that are actually going to watch it. So we've been running tests between landing pages that have a gated webinar, meaning they have to opt in order for us to email it to them to get access to it, or just hosting the webinar on a normal page and then adding a form underneath. It says, hey, if you want to watch this later, just drop your contact and we'll email this to you later. It's a long video, it makes sense, it's unintrusive. And again, if we go back to the goal of saying, hey, we want people to watch the webinar, I'd rather have somebody watch the webinar than get their email. Because if they watch a 30-minute webinar, 45-minute webinar, they're going to contact you. So if we remove that barrier and that burden and just focus on consumption as opposed to lead capture, we can do a lot of damage. And the way that I do this is I build all my sites in WordPress. This is an example webinar that we have. It actually talks about email sequences for webinars. I'll link to it underneath this so you can check it out. It's a great video. But what we do is we just use a simple form from Capture and Convert. It's a free WordPress plugin. I can show you what it looks like on the back end. What I love about this plugin is the ability to customize it to our brand using our fonts, also using some templates that they have. They're really awesome. Let me just move my big old head. What you're allowed to do is just pick any of these form design templates. I really like the plain one because what you can do is just go through and customize the entire thing. The text here, You can even add emojis in there. You can set up your email integrations for all these different amazing platforms. And you can customize everything on here. The form text, you can change the font, you can change the size. For certain forms, you can add in custom backgrounds, you can add in GIF backgrounds, you can change the background color if you want. You can make it bright green if that really tickles your fancy. I personally like a clean white. But the point is it's literally endless customizations that you can do here so you can take these forms and really make them yours. And then what also I love is that this syncs directly with our email provider. So this is ActiveCampaign. This is the email automation that we use. It pushes directly to this list from Capture and Convert, that WordPress plugin. It pushes all the contacts here. And then I send them this email, which just says, hey, I'm just following up with the link to your webinar. Then it goes into some benefits of why they should go back in. Again, consumption here is key. We really want people to use it. So remind them why they should be watching it, and then a link to watch it. And then also we've got a Slack community that they can join. So if you got a Facebook group, anything like that, if you want to push them to a YouTube channel, this is another great place to stick in a call to action while you have intention to promote something else and potentially connect with them on another platform too, which gives you another means to contact them and another means for them to see your content in the future. And then what we'll do also is we'll set up email sequences tied off the back of that. They'll get dripped different emails with different things that'll introduce them to our course, that'll introduce them to our services. And based on the actions that they take from those emails, we can then convert them into a lead. So it might seem like we're cutting off some of the leads, which we are technically, and it's not a bad thing because you don't want to actually bog down your email provider with too many emails that are not going to open, not going to engage, not going to respond, because that's going to crush your deliverability rate in some of these email marketing platforms, which means you're dumping all these emails, spending all this money to get leads that ultimately are never getting delivered to who you want. So it's a lot more to hedge on the fact that, hey, the goal of a webinar is to get people to watch the webinar. Instead of forcing them to opt in, let's show it to them and then just say, hey, this is really great. You might not have 45 minutes to watch it now. Drop your email and we'll send it to you. It's a lot more passive way to collect emails, also quality people, because they're telling us, hey, I want to watch this later, so send it to me. So you guys can check out Capture and Convert at captureandconvert.io. It's a free plugin. I strongly suggest you use it. And I'm also using ActiveCampaign, but this will work with MailChimp, HubSpot, and dozens of other major email providers as well. So as always, guys, if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.